Hey everybody, it's Eric from the Mature Minded Gamers Group. We're a group of adult gamers with jobs and lives, but a passion for gaming, and we do it in all forms: board games, video games, Star Trek, D&D, and much more. You can follow us by going to our website, maturemindedgamers.com. Today we're bringing you our Star Trek podcast. This one is covering Discovery, Season 3, Episode 11, called Sakel. So Will is going to join me tonight. Well, we're missing Brad, but we're going to roll with just two Trek lovers tonight.
What's going on, everyone?
Let's talk about that season finale of Mandalorian. Holy cow! Oh wait, that's the wrong subject.
Wrong podcast.
Wrong one. Okay, so we get episode 11 here, and we get some answers. Well, one big answer, and I was disappointed by this answer though. What caused the burn? So, what do you think about this whole part, Will? We're cutting right to the main meat of this story, I think.
Absolutely, man. I was like, "Are you serious? This is the biggest bunch of crap I have seen." I was completely disappointed that it was essentially a dilithium planet, and it was the emotions of a Kelpian that was destroying everything.
I think we've seen this in every Trek series. A baby or a what's the right term? Some superpowered creature who isn't mature can do like crazy things. And I mean, started from the original series and all the way up. I think every series has had one or two episodes relating to this. I did not expect it to be the cause of the Great Burn. I'm hoping there's some more there that they haven't revealed yet, but I don't really think there's going to be.
Right. Absolutely, man. I was incredibly disappointed. I was like, "Are you serious? All this lead up and all this anticipation and all this could be potential of what caused this burn. Some ultimate answer about like all these different races, and it ended up being just a crap one off."
Right. So supposedly, for what I gathered, and they never really went into details about this, the radiation and being born in a nebula has changed the Kelpian's DNA, and somehow he's linked to the dilithium, and so when he's scared or whatever happens, that he runs from that demon, the Kelpian demon, or whatever they called it from the kid's nightmare. It seems to cause the dilithium to become unstable. So I'm gonna assume, since this happened shortly after he was born, that when his mother died, when he had the first panic attack, and that's what caused all the dilithium to blow up. I think that's how they're gonna play it out. Because I think his mother died about right then. So I'm gonna say when his mother passed away, he freaked out and blew up all the dilithium, and that's gonna be how they're gonna tell it. And like I said, I
Yeah.
really hope there's some more there, but I don't think there's
Well,
gonna be.
do you think there's going to be something that happens when he confronts this creature? Because that's the one
No,
thing they kept saying is like he needs to confront it to be able to leave. And do you think that could like repair things with that lithium, make it stable again?
well, the dilithium is stable though. Remember, it just blew up all existing like whatever harvest dilithium or whatever they call it. Like so, there's still dilithium. It's just really hard to find because they were out basically and hunting for more, and then when it became unstable or whatever and blew up all those starships, that was the majority of the dilithium. And so I don't really think it's going to do anything like that. And I think what's going to happen, and I don't want to say this because I'm afraid, I think we're going to lose Saru. So we've been leading up to this about him making choices and him and Michael arguing back and forth about making a personal choice over the greater good. And Saru's always been the one that chose the greater good, obviously, and Michael's been the one who's chose Book basically and put everybody else in risk. And now we see Saru doing the exact same thing, wanting to go on this away mission, um, multiple times getting disoriented or kind of caught in the moment when he met that elder of the Kelpians and was listening to the lullabies, and now he's staying. And what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to be sacrificed basically to save this child, or he's going to be sacrificed to stay with this child and raise him, and he's going to be gone. I think.
See, the reason I don't think so is I think this is just a cog in the character development for Saru and the path that makes him a better captain. And I think as much as I understand where you're coming from, we're losing all these different characters, and it would be great to see Tilly assume the position, and then what Michael can actually become in this series. I personally think that this is just another cog in the character development for Saru. I mean, Saru, the actor, is just so good.
Oh,
he
is, yeah.
I'm going to be hugely disappointed in this entire season if they kill off Saru at the end.
I completely agree, and I think they're going to put Michael in as captain, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Like, I love Saru too. Doug Jones, the actor who plays him, is amazing, and I want to see him on the show. And maybe they'll just demote him. I've seen a lot of speculation about that. He'll just get demoted and won't be captain anymore. And they're not going to put Tilly in as captain, even though when she took the helm there against Osira when the ship came in, I thought she did a great job. Like, fake it until you make it, baby, and she nailed it. And I seen some people say that they thought it was cheesy, but man, I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, I thought it was awesome. I think she did an amazing job. I think the actress that plays Tilly is great.
She really is. And so I don't think they're gonna make her permanent captain though. So I think it's got to be Michael. We really don't have anybody else lined up, unless they're gonna pull someone else completely new in, someone that we haven't met from future track,
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would do that. Maybe. I mean, they did bring in Pike for that whole season. He was captain. Maybe they're gonna do that with this series. Maybe every other series is gonna be a whole new captain.
Well, you know what? That's kind of true. Season 1, we had what is his name?
Oh man, I'm no help there either. I know exactly what you mean.
Goodness, yeah. And then we had Pike season 2, and then we had Saru season 3. I understand kind of what you're going after here.
I can't really see him doing that though. I mean, that seems like a weird move, but maybe. I mean, who knows?
Right.
We'll see what happens there, but yeah. So Osira comes in. So from the whole sequence with Osira apparently just knowing the ship and how to beam people in and take over the ship and knew that Stamets was controlling it and how to take him over, all that stuff happens so quickly. They have to have an inside person, right? So do you think what's his name? The Andorian who had his antennas cut off, do you think he's actually working with her?
No, because we haven't seen him at all since they got rescued.
Yeah, he was. He flew with Detmer on that ship and helped him take out Osira's ship.
Right, but we haven't seen since then. That was like the episode after they are rescued, right? And we haven't seen him since then.
It's like 2 episodes ago, I think.
Well, right, that seems like forever for having a missed character for something that's such a big plot hole.
So let's speculate then. Who's the spy?
Book.
No.
Without a doubt in my mind, it's Book.
No way.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that is a good call because that would get Michael as captain. That would still her doubts about wanting to be captain, and she would, because she'd have to cut off Book because he betrayed her. Oh man, I don't know.
He's a spy. He's a spy through and through, and he won the trust of Michael. Got his in the Federation. How else do you know the exact coordinates that they would be by themselves?
Man, that seems crazy, but you might be right, man. You might be right. That's the only person I can think of that would even fit the bill.
Right.
I was going to go with Linus.
No, I don't know.
No, not really.
There's no way. No, man. There's nobody else that I think is more of what calls for a spy. I think it's going to be Book. Man. He has all the right reasons to be a spy.
Gosh, that would be crazy, but you might be right. That would be awesome. That'd be a nice twist. Okay, so
nice. It'd be horrible.
No, I mean it'd be a surprise twist that nobody really seen coming, except for you apparently.
No, there's no way I'm the only one that thought Book was the spy.
I wasn't thinking that at all before now.
Oh goodness, man! Look at all the signs.
Okay, so
he went in by himself. He got the coordinates. He knew exactly where to jump. He knows about that network that Osiris was be able to travel through, and nobody else could be brave enough, or nobody else uses those networks anymore. Well, duh, but he knew about him. He knew exactly how she got there. I mean, there are some things he's being truthful about, but he has no reason to lie about it at that point.
Oh my God, it's the cat.
Ho, 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 ho.
It's the cat. That's why the cat's paw was hurt from hitting that transmit button so many times.
Yeah, you keep saying that cat's gonna come into play, and that's like his prison, not prisoner, but his man, that there's something to do with that cat. As you keep saying, I wonder if that has something to do with Osira. He says basically to save all the other cats, he needs to bring him Discovery.
Man, that'd be nuts. But I don't really think that's true, but that'd be funny. All right, so let's go back. Let's talk about some favorite moments of this episode. So when they beam down and they're
Yeah.
not their self. Fantastic use of that technology. And guess what, Will? You probably didn't realize this until I'm about to tell you this. This is Discovery's holodeck episode. Because they are in a holodeck for 95% of it.
It's probably why I
Right?
didn't like this episode at all.
No, so when they beam down, we get a Bajoran, a human, and
Sure.
no, Trill. Thank you. And
Yep.
I love seeing them take on a different look. Mostly Saru, obviously, because Doug Jones, I think, is always known for playing an alien of some sort, and he got to actually play himself pretty much, which was awesome. And he did a great job with it too. You always wonder how all that makeup and stuff would affect an actor, but he nailed all the facial expressions and did it great.
Absolutely, man.
Man,
He didn't look what I expected him to look like because I've never actually looked up his picture or anything. But man, he was awesome.
yeah, he did.
He
a
was
great
awesome.
job.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Doug. He always hearts our tweets and everything when I tweet about him. I tweet at him, and that's the first thing I said. As soon as I seen him, I didn't even finish the episode. I put a tweet out to him and I said, "You're human," because he's never human.
Right?
Yeah, that was awesome. So all right,
Absolutely.
so that was a great moment. I love seeing Culber sticking up to Stamets and being like, "No, I need to do this for me," and that's why he ended up going down with him. And I love seeing oh shoot, I'm gonna forget her name. The Trill's boyfriend. Or well, she's not a Trill. Sorry. Well, the boyfriend is a Trill. The one that she keeps seeing that's not really there. Gosh, what is her name? Or his name? Either one.
Adira?
Adira. Thank you. Adira's Trill boyfriend. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing
Uh,
him back finally, and
right.
I really think we only got a short scene. I think he's gonna be a guiding force for her while she's down in this holodeck area saving the day, because that's why she's there. Obviously, she's got this plan. I'm not sure what she's gonna do, but she's definitely gonna save the day because she is the series Will Crusher, William Crusher, or not Will? Yeah, Will Crusher. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But
Wesley.
yeah, Wesley. Gosh,
Oh my
I messed
goodness,
that up.
man.
Yeah, man. She is this series Wesley Crusher though, where she just kind of like pulls things out of her hat and saves the day. And I like it. It's nice seeing that. So I liked Osira. I liked Tilly as the captain. I didn't really like the whole obviously burn and what caused the burn, but I did like a lot of the holograms and how they did that, and why they did it to try to keep that the Kelpian kid alive, and teach him. And like I like what the mother did there. I just didn't really like the whole burn aspect of it. I don't know.
Right.
It just
I
left
would
me.
have loved to see the reason for the burn was more of some sort of scientific problem. Like I'd have been fine with the burn being caused by the nebula and a scientific research in the nebula, like, because like all the time in like the Next Generation, we'll see episodes that crap. If we don't do this, we don't save the day. The whole universe could be destroyed, right? Well, we
Right.
see that through different seasons throughout Trek, and miraculously they end up saving the day. Well, what we never see is those other ships that fail in their mission and fail to save the day and cause some sort of catastrophic, universe-wide failure, right?
Right.
And obviously we see that, and I would have loved to have that be the actual problem, because there was no, maybe there was no like hero, there was no show about that. So I don't know, but the whole point, the fact that they had some sort of emotional reaction from this Kelpian because he's tied to lithium because he was born in the nebula or whatever. I don't know, but I like you said, I do like the aspect that the mother made those holograms to help raise the child and help protect him and things. I mean, it kind of got me in the heartstrings a little bit about thinking, man, like, what would I do if I knew I was about to die, wanting to make sure my son was taken care of,
Right. It was cool seeing all the programs and everything. Um, yeah, so the only other way I can see them throwing a curveball at us is Starfleet knew about this, and this was an experiment that they had her run somehow. I'm not sure if the kid was supposed to be involved or not, but they kind of knew that that's what caused the burn, and they just haven't tried to go back to rescue the kid. And Saru's going to find out the whole backstory, and you left a kid on this planet, and because Saru's going to take him on the starship with him, and then that may divide Saru from Starfleet.
Well, I thought you said Saru. You think Saru's going to leave the show or die or what?
Well, I don't know. I can see it definitely happening. I don't think he's going to be captain anymore. So I can see him either staying on the planet to raise this kid. Well, he can't stay on the planet though; he died of radiation. So
He's not going to die of radiation. We're going to lose Culber, and that's going to affect Stamets and how.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't lose them both. They both had the weird kind of "this is my last show" moments, and so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we lose them both.
Yeah, I think they're just doing that.
Yeah, maybe because I can also see him not killing anybody off. And you know what? I do think that if they don't do it on the planet where they die, then Saru's going to come back and they're going to find out that they knew that this Kelpian kid was there, and they somehow caused this experiment to go wrong. They did this experiment. Like they infused this kid and like sent him there to try to make, I don't know, make more dilithium or something. That's why the planet is made out of dilithium from this kid. So they're like keeping him hostage there to try to basically get more dilithium. What do you think about that?
That's a good theory.
And then Saru's going to find out, go ape shit, leave Starfleet and take the kid with him, and then he's gone. I can see him doing something like that. I could be completely wrong, obviously, but you know
why
what?
does Starfleet always have to be the underhanded man, though?
Because they've been playing Starfleet as the bad guy. You keep hearing little references to it, like Starfleet's not the shining knight that they once were. You know, we keep hearing that over and over. And so I you know what, that is what I'm going to go with now. Starfleet, this is Starfleet's doing. That's why that planet's made out of dilithium. They're making dilithium with this kid. That's what I'm going to go with. Now,
Right.
is Saru going to find that out on this planet, or is it going to be when they get him back to Starfleet and they rescue Discovery and everything else is done? Then he's going to leave with the kid and be like, "I can't believe you did this," you know. Starfleet doesn't hold the morals that it once had, and then maybe they're all going to be out of the Federation. What would you think about that? What if Discovery just left the Federation?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're stretching on that one.
Yeah, that'd be the first show to ever do anything like that, right? That'd be
Right, because all
weird.
Star Trek shows we've seen are about Federation vessels, right?
Yeah, but think how cool that'd be. This is the future. I mean, 1,000 years in, so it's not going to affect anything.
Maybe they start their own Federation.
Something. Man, yeah, they could do whatever they wanted with that, really.
Yeah.
All right, is there any moments, I know we kind of just ran through this one. Is there any moments that I missed that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so the only things that I really want to talk about are the fact when Book is flying through the nebula, how his ship is just like changing designs. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. What did you think about that scene?
Yeah, his ship is pretty sweet. I found it weird how quick he got radiation poisoning.
Well, how his shields went down so fast?
Yeah, like, I don't know. That seemed weird to me, but it made sense, and then it went into autopilot. And everybody keeps talking about, why'd you bring your cat? Like, why would he take his cat? So, if
What was on the ship? He didn't have time to drive.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't.
It was an instant call, and Saru just said, beam your ship down, go, and he just went. He didn't have time to grab this cat and beam him off or anything.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, as Book was leaving, he would have been like, grab the cat, Book, you know, beam him out. But you don't think about that when you're in a hurry, you know?
Right.
I like that. I like the moments of how things would really happen. Like, you know, you're going to forget your freaking car keys and have to go back in and get it, but they're not going to put that in a show.
Don't forget the keys to my starship.
Right. So I'm glad they leave little things like that in there. And
No,
then
that's very true.
and the whole cat being sick and injuring its paw, like, yeah, something's going on there. Still going with that.
Okay, well, fair enough. So I thought it was pretty awesome how Adira went down to Book's ship and then beamed down to the planet. And I think again that's gonna come into play. She's gonna save one of the two.
Well, here's the thing.
But I think it's gonna be Culber that dies.
Well, here's the thing. She took her radiation medicine before she beamed down. So is she gonna have all that stuff stripped off of her like the other ones did?
Right. She doesn't have the medicine, but I think she put one in her mouth, not necessarily taking the pill, but I think she put it in her mouth, then beamed down.
Oh, you don't think she took it? You think she's gonna like spit it in somebody else's mouth like a baby bird?
No, it's just the pill is in her mouth, like inside of her body, and then she's going to be able to, like, just take it out of her mouth.
I got you.
Because I think the supplies, like like they stated it when they first beamed down, they could be masked. I think the supplies are there. I don't know. Just a thought on that. I think that scene where like how oh my gosh, what is that? What is her boyfriend's name? Oh, their boyfriend's name. It's
Gray.
Gray. Thank you very much.
I could not think of it till
So
now.
right. So Adira's boyfriend Gray, whatever, how he came back. I think he's going to kind of bridge that gap between the emotional support for Stamets, because he's going to lose Culber. I think Saru's going to come back. But as far as like this episode didn't really, I found the whole answer disappointing, and I wanted to have a more like impactful. I don't know. I wanted to have a reason for season 4 answer. You know what I mean? Like this was the whole chase for the burn. But that's what we saw like in season 2 is like all the the red lights, and then all of a sudden we got a quick answer, we got a quick solution, and then the season was over. But that's how most of like most other Star Treks are. We get that quick solution, quick answer, show's over, right?
Well, yes, you're right. And like I said, I think there's more to this burn now that I think about it. I think Starfleet did this. That would make it way better. And it gives us our big villain of Starfleet being the villain.
True.
So the real question is though, like that was 120 years ago. So I mean, who was in charge back then? And did they necessarily know what was going on? Like, are they going to somehow link this current, commander to knowing what's going on? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but
Right.
I think that's going to be our big thing. Is I think they're going to break from Starfleet, and then season 4 is going to be them on their own, like you said, probably rebuilding like the real Starfleet, like going and getting the people who, what they call them, the ghost or whatever in that first episode, the long survivors, or however they worded it, like the people in the tavern that believed that got killed, the one guy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the true believers. That's what they called them, the true believers or whatever. I think that's going to be season 4. Them
So
going trying to rebuild Starfleet.
I agree, and the reason why I even thinking about this, so the Discovery was the one that they went over to Earth. They reestablished that contact with Earth. They went to Vulcan, reestablished that contact with Vulcan. Obviously, they're going to solve the problem with the burn with the lithium, and they're going to make it more readily available again, and they're going to be able to harvest it, and they're going to be able to reconnect Earth and Vulcan together. The reason I think what they're going to do is they establish that relationship, and I think Saru is going to become like the head of Starfleet, if you will. And I think Burnham may take over the ship, like as you say, but I think maybe Saru become the ambassador or the admiral for the fleet.
I think that's going to be season 4 right there in a
Because
nutshell.
I think he's going to establish the link between the two, or all the different old Federation, because he's already kind of done that. You know what I mean?
I wonder if we're going to see the Klingons then. Like, are they going to be part of this? Are they going to come in eventually and they're going to reunite with them?
Right.
That'd be cool.
So many answers, so many questions.
Right.
But
that would be good though. I like that thinking a lot.
But overall, wasn't my favorite episode, but it was okay. It gave us the answers that we kind of wanted, but not necessarily how we wanted the answer. We wanted the answer, but it wasn't given.
Well, yeah. So at first, this wasn't my favorite episode either because of the whole letdown with the burn. I like the rest of it, but now me thinking and talking with you about this, that this may be like a fake cause of the burn, or like we only know half the reason. It makes this episode better to me because the rest of it was really good. And so, yeah, wow, okay. So what would you rate this one, Will?
I'm gonna go with probably a 7. It was good. It was an average episode. It was adventurous. It was action, kind of action packed in a way with that fight at the end. It wasn't one I would again seek out to try to watch.
I like your 7. I'd probably go with the 7 too. Um, but it honestly hinges on what happens next. Like,
Sure, this
yeah.
episode could become better with what happens with the next episode. Absolutely right.
And the weird thing, this isn't a part 1, which feels weird. We have so many things hanging in the air right now.
Right.
So I don't know why they didn't do this in 2 different episodes, but we'll see.
So I actually got to go back to something. I want to ask you, what do you think of the Discovery just getting, going into black alert and a thing they put on the Stamets,
I
making
didn't
him warp out?
I didn't like it all happen too quick. That's why I think there's a secret agent or a spy on board because they knew too much and how to do everything.
Right, but how do you think they're going to get out of it? I mean, Burnham just gets their bitches just as they get black alert out.
Hey, weird thought here, because oh crap! Now I want to call her Gray. What's her name? Not
Adira.
Adira's been doing all kinds of stuff with that spore drive. She wouldn't be the spy, would she? I don't really feel like it. Maybe she's spying unknowingly. Maybe she's got like an implant or something. Well, they would have caught that though. I don't really know how they're
Oh
gonna play
no,
that.
the implant is Gray. That's why Gray hasn't been there.
Oh, because they did say that was something that doesn't normally happen.
What if it's not actually supposed to happen?
Oh, that would be good. Maybe
And
that
it's
is
something
it.
in her mind. Oh my gosh, yes.
Cause she's been involved in all that. She would be one of the people who would know all that. Wow. Okay. So
So many theories going
right.
on right now.
So we got Book and
We need
Gray.
Brad here to level us down.
Right. We got Book and Gray as our possible
Right.
spies. One knowingly, one unknowingly.
Well, I think it's Adira. I don't necessarily think it's Gray. I think they're using her psychological profile.
Oh,
I think
right.
it's actually Adira is the spy. That she had a memory wipe. That's why she doesn't actually know what's going on.
Yep, and
I don't know.
That's why she couldn't connect with the Trills at first. Maybe. Oh, who knows? They can play it so many different ways.
Absolutely. So many options.
Right.
So little time. How many episodes we got left in this season?
1 or 2. Hold on. Let me look. Maybe
Not yeah.
There's 13.
There can't that be many left.
So 2 more. We got 2 more left.
Okay.
No. They can wrap it up pretty good in 2 episodes. So we'll see.
Yeah. That's true.
And also, let's not forget to mention that Discovery has cloaking now, which is not really super
Yes.
surprising, but not something I thought about.
I didn't. Yeah, and it was just kind of one of the. Didn't we install cloaking devices?
Yeah, it was just kind of like an afterthought. I loved it.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the idea of that little spot on the chair.
Right, that was good. That was a good speech from Burnham to Tilly to give her
Yep.
confidence, and yeah, that was good.
Definitely something. This is the first time you've ever heard of anything like this, but I mean, you can imagine that being something that a captain tells their number one or tells say, hey, this,
Right. Yeah.
That was just a cool personalization touch into Star Trek.
Yep. Completely agree. They did a great job with that. All right, everybody. Thanks for checking out our podcast. Please do me a favor, hit that follow and subscribe button, and have yourself a great night.